Hey yo, today we are trying out a browser game called Nation States. I just read the title there. Yeah, we're playing a game called Nation States where we build our own nation state. And I think it's partially AI, partially made by a centrist. Not sure which one of those two things is gonna make the game more outlandish. But we are ready to find out. I tried filming this before, but unfortunately the mic kept peaking, so I have to restart from the get-go. First of all, okay guys, before I make the choice of what the government is going to be like, can you just promise not to tell your NSA agent? Because we are going to go with socialism. And yeah, truly a realistic game, right? No economic freedom at all. Yep. Not allowing stuff like monopolies definitely stifles economic freedom. Because the government is literally the only thing that could ever affect economic freedom in a country. Kappa 1, 2, 3. A country should be judged by how it treats its worst off citizens. Strongly agree. Yay. That's mostly a positive thing. Which is almost surprising, but corporations are good for society. Yeah, judging just by this, I think it might be a bad idea to say strongly disagree, so we are gonna just disagree. And somehow that increased authoritarianism, which is kind of interesting because in a lot of countries it feels like the corporations are actively helping the authoritarianism. Yeah, that does not make a lot of sense. But yeah, marijuana should be legal. I could not care less. It's a waste of resources to like monitor its use. Okay, civil rights, aliens, and pizza. I think we made the right choice. The world needs to rediscover its spirituality. I'm gonna disagree, but not heavily. Secularism, scientific advancement, minus spirituality. Young people should perform a year's compulsory military service. We went with socialism, so that's kind of something we just have to do because there's this country called the United States of America. And yeah, turns out that if you don't have a strong standing military and you're a socialist country, you're not going to be one for long. Crime is going down, youth rebelliousness is going down, but isn't this... Wait, what? Would this be something that would be a cause of youth rebellionism and not the other way around? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, plus defense forces. Capitalism is on the way out. Let's face it, boys. It's not, because once again, there are wealthy nations that are ready to make sure that it's not gonna go anywhere. If there is a socialist country that starts succeeding, it's weird how like within like months or years, suddenly their leaders all just either vanish or die under suspicious circumstances. So we're gonna go with a disagree or strongly disagree. I think we'll go with strongly disagree. Somehow that gave us economic freedom. Okay. Without democracy, a country has nothing. We strongly disagree because we are gonna be dictators. Haha. Just for the memes. I don't actually think it's a good form of government. I promise, guys. Minus political freedom. It's better to deter criminals than rehabilitate them. There's an objective answer for this. And it's strongly disagree. Because that's the option that actually ends up with a decrease in criminal activity, and especially a huge decrease in repeat offenders. Whereas countries that try to deter crime instead of just rehabilitating criminals end up having way more crime and way higher amounts of repeat offenders. Just compare like Finland to, I don't know, the US, and you'll see there's a bit of a gap. Okay, history, we are... no. A recently discovered undiscovered tribe. No. Salvagers, no. Isolationists, nope. Plucky malnourished pioneers, nope. Ethnic cleansing refugees, diplomatic homeland wranglers, civil bloodbath. A bloodbath, yeah. Bloodbath survivors. I'm gonna go with the refugees. Okay. Fled bloodthirsty regime bent on extermination, now shaken and stirred. Okay, we're gonna go. Oh wow, I love how it shows like the magic cards I've been looking for. We're gonna go with Stormkiln Artist. Also, you can actually tell how lazy I am because half of these names are not typed out fully, like Stormkiln Artist and Field of the Dead. Smothering Tithe. I don't even remember what Supernatural Stamina does. I'll have to edit it in here somewhere. But we are gonna be Yugoslavia 2 Electric Boogaloo. I don't know how to type. Excuse me, not yet available. This name was used by a former nation that ceased to exist too recently. It may become available in 4 years. Okay, we added woohoo to the end there. And we are gonna be a kingdom, haha. Because I just really want to have the game have to figure out what our actual political alignments are. Now, we're obviously gonna pick the... Well, there's a couple of different things we could pick. First of all, well, there's always a Djibouti. There's also... I love how they like added in like some fictional countries like Denmark. But we are gonna go with one that actually exists. So we are gonna go with Uganda because it has the funny animal in its flag. And currency, I'm gonna go with Save the Kids coin. I think I mentioned it already, but I tried filming this already, but the mic kept peaking, so that's why we already had that in our memory. National animal, Boris Johnson. Yeah, that's a good one. And Denmark is cringe. That's a great motto. Oh, I guess you could actually see the previous country I had as well. That's not good. But yeah, I'm gonna make the account and I'll be right back. Actually, I think I can just literally have face cam on because this is not gonna take any time at all. And yep. I agree. Yes, please sell all my data. All my data. Keeps going. Okay. Now we are finally the Kingdom of Yugoslavia 2 Electric Boogaloo. Woohoo. Civil rights very good, economy good, political freedom outlawed. Wait, why are we in the North Pacific? Now this feels like a slight oversight. Did I just accidentally not choose the location for my country? Okay, whatever. We are gonna jump straight into issues because that's one of the things this game allows us to figure out. Police consider Big Brother anti-crime system. Wasn't our whole point not being like dystopian in the way we handle crime? This is a blatant invasion of the right to privacy, says I feel like I might just I might just actually have to let my country become like a surveillance state just to own the libertarians. Now I can't even go out in public without anymore without being watched. And you know, this is just the beginning. Today there are cameras in city streets. Tomorrow they are peering through your bedroom window. Yeah, this is okay. Hey, I got news for you. When you're out in public, people can see you. These cameras will be extremely helpful in reducing the national crime rate. This slippery slope argument has got me thinking, says Police Minister Lauren. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that. You know, it would be a lot easier to fight crime if we watched people all the time. Not with cameras, of course. That's clearly an invasion of privacy. But how about a national database of our citizens coupled with compulsory ID cards and bark? Why is the only option? Why is the best case scenario siding with a libertarian? I guess we'll go with this. Okay, our civil rights rose from very good to excellent. Dissident speaker missing, presumed impaled. Wowee. If you're tourism industry discounts benefit locals. Yep. Now we did have some other issues as well. The boys from Brazilistan. Yeah. Come to Brazil. A report from your intelligence ministry reveals an illegal lab deep in the jungles of Brazilistan. Reveals that an illegal lab deep in the jungles of Brazilistan has created several clones of the infamous genocidal dictator known as the Butcher of Bigtopia and placed them with adopted families scattered around the world, including some in Yugoslavia too. Electric Boogaloo. Okay. These children are a potential source of danger, says survivor. Think what would happen if one of them rose to power in Yugoslavia too. Electric Boogaloo and repeated his crimes here. They have to be put under surveillance to make sure that never happens. And if they turn out to not be as evil, then we ought to be monitoring them to protect them from those with a misplaced sense of vengeance against them. Either way, everybody is safest if we keep a close watch. That's not enough, says a human rights activist. What if someone marries them without knowing? What if they have kids? The guy systematically murdered millions of Bigtopians because he believed we were genetically inferior. We can't allow his DNA to stay in the gene pool. Okay, but how much of his like him being a dictator is actually genes, and how much of it is everything else? Yeah, I don't think we have really the science with the whole nature versus nurture here. What is wrong with you people? Civil rights lawyer Marina Butt wants to know. I mean, she has a great name, so I tend to already agree with her. Don't we have anything better to do than judge people by their DNA? These children aren't Lee, whatever his name is, and they haven't done anything wrong. It should be illegal to discriminate people based on their genes. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of weird to be a survivor of something like that and then turn around and just basically kind of want to do the same thing. Yes, we must like this is. I mean, I know there's like real life people who have thought this way. They even made a country. But yeah, that's like a truly twisted way of thinking about it. Hey, like maybe we can use this, says controversial pop singer Britney Spears, as she bounces into your office dressed in a bizarre mix of sequins, body paint, and oh, you're gonna have the clones. You can recruit the clones to work for you and have them travel the country promoting patriotism. What could possibly go wrong? I think quite a few things. Yeah, we are gonna go with Miss Butt. Hypochondriacs demand treatment for genetic disorders they don't have. Ooh, uranium deposit promises to enrich Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo. That's hype. A prospecting company nukes for you. Come on. Okay, this is terrific. This is a terrific find, claims Nukes for You CEO. It will provide an enormous stimulus to our economy and create thousands of new jobs. It's a win-win. All we need from the government is permission to bulldoze the rainforest that's on top of the deposit. Yeah, that's an interesting take, because the whole point of using uranium for power is that it's more environmentally friendly than like the more traditional ways of making electricity. But if you cut down an entire rainforest, I feel like that might end up actively having the opposite effect. You've got to be kidding me, says Green politician Shinzo Aran. I was half expecting this to be Shinzo Abe, and I was so confused. And this rainforest is thousands of years old. This country needs more environmental protection, not less, and to destroy the environment in order to mine uranium that then goes into nuclear bombs. Well, that just really sticks in my craw. Okay, but we're not going to use them for that. It's that simple. I would simply not have the weapons of mass destruction. Maybe we could even have UN come and look for weapons of mass destruction so other countries know that we don't have them. Because historically that has always worked out really well for the countries where that happens. There's no really need for an either-or decision, says the government's Minister for Mining, Clear Felling, and the Environment. We can preserve most of the rainforest and allow mining of a small part. After all, think of all the good that the money from this uranium deposit can bring to Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo. I think that's fair. We are still probably a poor nation, so we need all the money we can get. International body praises Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo and development. Latest economic data shows surge in manufacturing. Wage rises put spring in step, money in pocket. Yeah. Everything is going well. Now we still have one more issue and then I am gonna end the video. So this is our final issue. Blackacre, a nation historically opposed to Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo, has declared that their submarine, well, November, has gone missing, and are keen to scour the area where it was last spotted, just off the edge of Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo and continental shelf. Thank you for meeting with me on such a short notice, leader, says Tyrone Lancaster, a diminutive Blackacre, an ambassador. Our submarine was just a training vessel that got blown off course or something. But the main issue here is saving the 30 crew members that are on board before their oxygen runs out. Any kind of help will be greatly appreciated. Freedom of movement for our search boats, logistical aid, rescue teams, engineers. This is such a great opportunity for our two nations to start on a path towards greater friendship. Yeah, this seems kind of fishy. A training vessel? Yeah, right, exclaims Rear Admiral Malik. Oh. First of all, before we even continue on with this, why do we have the bad guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! As a high-ranking officer in our army? As the ambassador leaves your office, I bet all my navy ribbons that we're talking about a spy sub or a nuke platform. Those Blackacreans are always stirring up trouble and encroaching into our territorial waters. You should have our own submarines, frigates, and destroyers search out and destroy unauthorized military vessels, including this sub once we find it. That will give them something to think about before trespassing here again. I almost wanna just do this, but then again, I have no idea what. Maybe this could be positive thing, but I think we are gonna just, okay, we're gonna take the risk here. We're gonna assume they actually just lost their vessel, that even though they obviously are lying about its use. Okay. Enemy navies sail within bombardment range of major coastal cities with impunity. Oh, that did not go well. I'm no hero, says heroic Yugoslavia to electric boogaloo woohoo. Okay, but that's a temporary thing though, right? Like that goes away with time. We made a mistake. We made a big boo-boo. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is such a short video that we had to have an interesting and hooking end for our video. But yeah, now that we are on the brink of war, this is a great spot for us to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it, dudes, dudettes, and everything in between. Leave a like. If you liked it, let me know in the comments as well, so I know to make more content of the game Nationstates.net. And well, that's the name of the site as well, so if you want to try it out, it's free. Yeah, I think that's all. Have a good one. Bye.